Hello, I'm Phil Ernest, and this is the trail to Mount Kilimanjaro. The purpose of this video is to give you an idea on what it's like to hike the 6-day Machame route, otherwise known as the Whiskey Route, to Mount Kilimanjaro. Now, I did this with Monkey Adventure Outfitters, and I'll also be reviewing that company. I will let you know up front, none of this video is sponsored by the Monkey Adventures group at all, so the thoughts and feelings and videos that I show you is actually the way I felt, not influenced by anybody else. I will tell you also, they were fully cooperative in allowing me to video whatever I asked of them. So hopefully by watching this video, it'll give you an idea on whether you want to take a hike with this outfitters or not. So the day before the hike, a couple of gentlemen from Monkey Adventures will come out and meet with you for about an hour and answer all your questions. They'll roll out a map and show you day by day what to expect on the hike. They will also go through your bag to make sure you have the right type of equipment for this hike. Disposable water bottles are not allowed on Mount Kilimanjaro, so if you don't have the proper equipment, they will take you to a place the day of the hike where you can rent water bottles, sleeping bags, hiking boots, and even hiking poles. So they do have the equipment. If you don't have it, you can rent it from them. By the time the meeting had ended, I felt really confident that Monkey Adventures had two main goals in mind. One, to keep you safe on the mountain, and number two, to help you achieve your goal of summiting Mount Kilimanjaro. So this is the van that the Monkey Adventures comes out to your hotel and picks you up on. They store your luggage up top, and then they so this is what it looks like, and this is a view of it inside the van. So here it is right here. This is what you see when you first come in the gate to enter into the facility to start the hike. Our van drops you off here at Kilimanjaro National Park, and this is what the elevation is here. 1,800 meters at this point right here. People congregate over here, eat lunch just before they're starting their trek, and the van drives you up over there, and you get out and get your gear for the hike. So this is a little peek at the lunch that you get. It has a sandwich, a muffin, apple, orange, and a few things in it. So after you eat lunch over there, you come on down here and officially sign up, give your name, passport, what citizenship you are, and you'll be good to go. So after hiking yesterday 4 to 5 hours through a rainforest, this is the camp where we stayed at last night. It was pretty dark when we came in, so I wasn't able to get any video of it at the time, but now camp is breaking down and we're ready to start our trek. This is the official Machame camp sign that groups like to gather around and take a picture of. It is 2,835 meters or 9,350 feet. Next up, Shira Camp. So after going at it pretty hard the first 30 minutes, we come to this little ridge area and take a break. But again, this is going to be a very steep day today, so pace yourself accordingly. There's the camp down there where we stayed at, and this is the guides all carrying up stuff, the porters, up to this steep ridge, and it continues on up. So this is what the trek looks like on day number 2. And this is a look at the overview here and day number 2 at what you'll see. Really pretty. So after hiking a better part of about 2.5 hours up this steep terrain, we can finally see the peak for the first time. And there it is right there. Mount Kilimanjaro, the destination, and the peak. This is lunch at the second camp. We're 15,000 feet, and as you see, we have spaghetti and we have meat with it, and we had these two lovely people helping us serve, and this is quite an adventure. Day number 2 has come to an end after hiking up for about 4 hours, and now we'll rest for the rest of the day. So after all the singing and dancing has been done, this is a look at the official Shira Camp sign at 3,750 meters or 12,500 feet. So this is the camp, and one of the good things that Monkey Adventure does is after you hike in your 4 to 5 hours to get here, you'll eat lunch, and then you will, after eating lunch, rest a little bit and then hike up to that little peak up there, just to give you a little more acclimatization and then come back down. So that's really good. Day 3, ready to start the hike. What they'll have us do at the end of each day is put all our belongings here that the porters will carry away. And this is what it looks like. One last look around before we leave. So this is a look at the trail on day 3. We've been hiking for about 50 minutes on this trail, and look at that beautiful clouds in the background there. And this is what the trail looks like. Totally different from yesterday's hike when we were rock scrambling all the way up, and there it is, the star of the show, Mount Kilimanjaro, right there. These porters are absolutely amazing. Look at these guys, how much load they carry, and this guy here doing it with no hands. Truly, the superstars on the trail, making it all possible for us to enjoy the mountain. And we've been on the trail for a better part of about close to 2 hours. Anyways, we're going through the alpine desert here, and these little flowers are the everlasting flowers. Pretty cool little flower here that you see in this part of the hike. So as you look at the alpine desert, you're probably wondering on this trek, where are the restrooms? What do you do if you have to go? Well, you just find the biggest rock out there and go behind it and let her rip. So right now we're close to 2 hours heading to Lava Peak or Lava Point on this trek, where we'll stop and have lunch. So we're getting closer. This is something unique I've seen out here in Kilimanjaro. Look at these ravens with a white streak on the back. Something unique I've never seen in the States, and there's plenty of them around here flying around. They're kind of brave. They'll get close to the hikers. As you can see this guy right here. So now we can see lava, not the first one, but the second one, the towers.
See the people over there? Yes.
And you can see the people going up. So that's where we're headed. And now this is amazing. For the first time, I can actually see the people going all the way up the trail, like a whole bunch of little ants as they go up there. Really impressive. On the way to Lava. Standing hiking leader here, Mr. Gasper, and I got a question for him. What we're doing here is a 6-day trek, and I want to ask him, if he were going to do this 6-day trek with just himself and maybe a porter or whatever to help, how long do you think it would take him to reach the summit?
2 days. 2 days.
That is impressive. Thank you so much. So when you see this bridge right here, you know you're very close to Lava Point, which is up that way where you can see the clouds coming up. Looks like smoke. And so after hiking a little under 4 hours from the second camp, we have now arrived at Lava Peak. So we'll stop here, have a little lunch, regroup, and then head on to the next area. Let's take a look at this sign right here. So this is the official Lava Tower sign at 4,600 meters or 15,900 feet. Now we just left the lava camp right there for our lunch, and now we're going down. And this is what it looks like. It's very steep going down, so you want to be very careful and proceed with caution when going down this. And we'll go down to about for 2 hours going this way very slowly and carefully. So this is pretty interesting. See that tree right there? That is a senecio. Beautiful. Look at that. I've never seen anything like that. And it's just like one tree trunk growing up, and then it has a bunch of little, like, whatever you call them, foliage on top. Senecio, and it is indigenous to this part. And this is a pleasant surprise. Look at the waterfall there falling down. So really neat to see. Did not expect that on our trek down to the camp. The waterfall's right there, you see it, but then another surprise, you look high up top, and there is Mount Kilimanjaro. That's the destination right there. And as we continue down this trek, look at these trees all lined up. So beautiful, like skyscraper that you would see in a downtown area. But with foliage and trees on the trail. And as standard procedure, we reach the sign-in gate for this camp. This will be for the third night camping at this trail right here. And just so you can see, here's the sign, what it looks like, Barranco Camp, and the elevation, 3,900 meters. Came down from Lava Point where we ate lunch. Barranco Camp is 13,045 feet, so we came down 2,855 feet from Lava Tower. From this campsite, you get a good viewpoint right there of Mount Kilimanjaro. And over here is the Barranco Wall, where we'll be climbing that tomorrow, and traditionally people kiss the rock and then continue on up. So this is the camp. It's great to finish day number 3 with Monkey Adventure. They have been outstanding thus far. So this is the start of day number 4, and let's see if you can see those people. That's where we're heading on up there. If you can see those people off in the distance, that's where we're headed, way up there. And this should be the hardest day, they're saying, of the trek, day number 4. Okay, so after climbing for about an hour and a half after leaving the camp, we now arrive at this peak right here, this little area. It's a pretty neat little basin region, but that first part was pretty tough go. That's where you traditionally kiss the rock down below. Unfortunately, camera wasn't working, so I wasn't able to capture it, but look at where we're at now, high above the clouds, and flat plain here, and then we'll head on down for a bit of way. So there it is, Mount Kilimanjaro. One goal, one dream coming up. We've been on this trail for about 2 hours and 15 minutes, give or take a couple, and it's kind of leveled off here after that real rough rock scrambling. And so after going hard on this trail for almost 3 hours, check out how flat this is now. So this is a bit of a relief and nice little way to catch your breath. But overall, day number 4 on the whiskey route. Starting out challenging, but now it's looking a little easier. So this is the site where we will eat lunch, and it took us 3 hours and 45 minutes to get to this site. And we'll stop here for a little bit, eat lunch, and then continue on. There's the tents over there. And as always, they always have a place where to sign in, mandatory whenever you enter these campsites. So every meal that they cook for you on lunch and dinner and breakfast is done in this tent. And it's got a team of the cook and his assistants, and they really do a good job. So let me take you on in and show you what this is. The impressive operation here they got at Monkey Adventure. Look at this, nice, very nice cooks here, nice organization and setup. So when you get your food from Monkey Adventure, it is going to be well cooked and well preserved for your safety. So this is the lunch. Check out that chicken. Wow, this is quite a spread. Fantastic. So by now, you might probably be wondering, what are the restrooms like, the facilities at these campsites? And they're all pretty much the same, and no flushable toilets, but they have just basically a hole in the ground. Let me take you inside and show you so you will be aware. And this is it. So this is what a restroom look like. You stand there and squat down and do your business. So that's what kind of facilities they have here. And as you can see, they're fairly clean. They are actually clean. Urinals for the guys, and the women have their own separate facilities as well. And this is the official sign welcoming you into the Karanga camp. It is at 3,995 meters or 13,105 feet. And this is a view of the back of the sign as well. Okay, so this is one of the guides here, and with Monkey Adventure, they carry this big backpack here. This is full of the oxygen. So oxygen is always with you on your treks all the way to the top, and so you'll know you will be safe if you need that. However, if you do take a sip of the oxygen and need it, then you forfeit your hike and you need to go down. So make sure if you're going to need the oxygen that you know it's the end of the line for you. And look at that, there's the hikers coming up also. Look at this trail, looks like a snail trail from a distance. So this is almost the end to day number 4, the toughest day on the trek, and Very, very pleased, very happy. All the hikers have made it safely up. And this is the sign to the Barafu camp, 4,693 meters. Feast your eyes, we've arrived. And there's the hard working porters here, keeping us all safe. Very good job, very good, very good. And here's what the back of the sign looks like. This is 15,330 feet, the highest we have been thus far into the hike as we conclude day number 4. This is quite impressive up here. They have a big, huge radio tower right there. And of course, the traditional place where to sign in. And when you arrive in camp, only if you're camping at the site do you need to sign in. And there's all the tents ready to summit in the wee hours of the morning. And just one more look at this site. Look at this. This is the side of it. And you can actually see the whole trail that we just hiked right here. Look at that. Far beyond and over there was where we had lunch, way off in the distance, and walked all that around the edge and up to here, the Barafu camp. So by now, you're probably wondering, what do these Monkey Adventure tents look like? And this is my tent right here. So let me show you inside what it looks like. It's quite roomy, spacious for one person. You can come in here and a sleeping mat they provide. You can bring your own sleeping bag, or they'll rent you one.
My heart beats way high, but I have high blood pressure.
As I said earlier, Monkey Adventures is really committed to the safety of each and every individual hiker, and they do that with this little blood pressure, oxygen level gauge, making sure that the hiker isn't running into any altitude sickness, and they keep a running chart of all the hikers on this trek. Since this is the last dinner before we summit and we wake up at 11 p.m., hiking leader Gaspin explains to us at dinner what we need to know in order to summit successfully.
12 we leave.
Okay.
From here to the summit will take us 5 to 6 hours walk.
Okay.
From the beginning, it's going to be a little bit challenge when we see there, but not really as we did there. So from there, like half an hour, a little bit challenging, and then it's going to be like gradual.
Nice.
So this is the last campsite, so we'll wake up at 11 o'clock at night. It's currently 6:30. This is what it looks like, and then we'll continue. We'll start at 12 midnight, hiking up that ridge right there, and continue along that ridge. Walk along right there. Should take about 6 hours total to continue walking, and then you see the summit of Mount Kilimanjaro over there. So this is Stella Point, the point you will see just before you hit Mount Kilimanjaro. It congratulates you, and then you continue on that way to the summit. So pretty cool little sign, kind of mimics the Mount Kilimanjaro sign. So as I walk past this iceberg, I am now just a few feet from the summit of Mount Kilimanjaro. So after hiking for 4 days, 7.5 hours through the night, through a dark, cold, and crowded trail, I am just a few feet from the sign at Mount Kilimanjaro and the summit. What a fortunate moment we find ourselves in as all 7 of the Monkey Adventure hikers successfully reached the summit of Mount Kilimanjaro at 5,895 meters or 19,341 feet. And so this is what it looks around like. There's the big glacier you could see here from the summit. And there's the sign right there that everyone gathers around to take pictures with. So as you can see, it's quite a zoo just to take a picture with the summit, the sign. People wait here for a few minutes to get their turn. And here's what it looks like in the back with some more glaciers. Look at that. Once we got back to the campsite, the Monkey Adventures crew welcomed us with a celebration cake.
Machame, hakuna matata. Matata. Machame, hakuna matata.
So after eating lunch and having the celebration cake after summiting Mount Kilimanjaro at that campsite, you now have to pick up stakes and hike another 3 hours to your final campsite. The good thing is the trail is relatively easy, flat like this with a slow decline down to the next campsite. Check this out. These are actual stretchers. If someone gets injured while hiking Mount Kilimanjaro, they will put them on this. Each one, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 of them. And they'll have about 6 guys help take one guy all the way down the mountain. And so after 3 hours and 15 minutes from the last campsite, we arrive at this campsite where we will be spending a night. As you can see, the name is right there. I'm not even going to attempt to try to pronounce it, but this campsite is 3,100 meters or 10,065 feet. The next morning, hiking leader Gaspin had a few words to share with the hikers.
I would like to say thank you very much. Thank you for coming. Thank you for choosing Monkey Adventure. Yeah, and we know now we have good ambassador. So when you go back to your home, please tell them about Tanzania, Kilimanjaro, Serengeti, Ngorongoro, Zanzibar. Yes, yes. So, asante sana.
Jambo bwana, habari gani? Mzuri sana. Wageni wakaribishwa Kilimanjaro. Wakaribishwa Kilimanjaro. Hakuna matata.
After the celebration, we packed up and left camp. We had about a 3-hour walk through a beautiful, peaceful rainforest. Our final destination would take us to the Maweka Gate. If you enjoyed the video and found it informative, please give it a thumbs up. And if you would like to receive more of this informative content, please subscribe to the channel. I post a new video every week. When we arrived at the Maweka Gate, there were some people there for a small fee cleaning up your boots because they would be muddy after the hike. The biggest and best surprise of the trip came when we were all awarded these certificates for completing the Mount Kilimanjaro hike. And of course, we all took a group photo in front of the Maweka Gate displaying our certificates. In conclusion, I would highly recommend Monkey Adventures for hiking Mount Kilimanjaro. I will leave a link in the description below with the Monkey Adventures website if you plan on looking further into this company. If you would like to see my other videos on Africa, please click on the link now. Thank you so much for watching.